know we had to do it. We're back with another one. Who we talking about today? Today we're talking about the Warriors and the Nets and OKC and Denver. So it's time to unpack. Who we gonna start with? We're gonna start with the Warriors and the Nets. Both games was very exciting games, so we just gonna talk about them because that's who played first. So unfortunately, the Nets lost 120 to 124. But when I say this was like the most clutch type of game in the fourth quarter, I should say, like it was literally clutch. But let's just recap the whole entire game. We had a hot Cam Thomas from the Brooklyn Nets. I want to say from start to finish, he ended up finishing the game with 41 points, and then he was doing really well. That's all I have to say. Like really, I told y'all when it be his time to shine, it really be his time to shine, and that's just what he did last night. They were down, I want to say like 10 points in the fourth quarter. They were down 10 points in the fourth quarter, and then they end up coming back like just clutch shots after shots after shot. Royce knocked down the three. Cam, he was hot. He started knocking down stuff, and then they end up taking the lead by like 2 points, but it just wasn't enough to like get that final win. And the only thing I want to say when it comes to Cam Thomas is he needs to play, like he was playing defense, but he needs to play more defense, because there was one point in the game in the fourth quarter when Nick Claxton, he was guarding Steph Curry, and that just was not working. It just wasn't working. He ended up finishing the game. He had 19 points in it. He had 12 rebounds, but it was just like the defense. I just don't feel like he should have been guarding Steph Curry, because Steph Curry pretty much had a ball with Nick Claxton in so many words. He was shooting 3 after 3, jumper, step back, whatever it was, Steph was making it. I think they got to a point where it's like, okay, we gotta win this game. We can't have 3 straight losses, you know what I'm saying? And especially after everything that's going on, it was like, I feel like this is exactly what they needed, like a little pick-me-upper type of situation is how I felt in last night's game, and that's just what happened. I want to say they called a timeout. Steph was out the game. I think Chris Paul was in replace of him, if I'm not mistaken. And then once Steph got back in the game, it was literally lights out. He ended up scoring 12 points straight, only him in the fourth quarter, like to get their team back afloat, to get their team back in the lead. And then it started kind of like going like a back and forth type of game, but it was just like from that point on, he was hot and he could not be stopped. He ended up finishing the game with 37 points because he got like 12 of them. I want to say it was 12 points in the fourth quarter, but he ended up finishing with 37, and then he had 6 threes last night. But he's really like, he just started cooking, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, it was like, this is like Steph, he is finding his groove, and I think like he took that frustration of what's going on with their team. He took it out there on the court, but it worked well with him. It worked well on the court. I'm trying to get it out, y'all, and it just ain't happening. And then we had Clay. It was kind of like, even on the commentator, it was so funny because he was like, the Splash Brothers. I'm like, is the Splash Brothers back? Or was it just for last night game? Because you know how they was talking about like it ain't back, you know, Clay, he ain't been the hot Clay no more. It just haven't been good. Clay just ain't been consistent, you know what I'm saying? And last night, he did great too. He ended up finishing the game with 24 points. He had back-to-back threes in the fourth quarter. Like I said, it literally came down to like clutch time. And it was like once Clay went hot, once Curry went hot in the fourth quarter, it was kind of like no coming back. And then, the last, I want to say it was like 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score, I don't know the exact score. I want to say it was like 116, 118. Don't quote me. I don't really know it. But it was basically where Mikal Bridges had an opportunity, y'all, to tie the game in the last seconds, and he missed the layup. So I know he is just like, pow, punch. Why did I have to do that? Punch punching the wall because it was like he was pretty much open and he missed the layup, and then the Warriors end up getting the rebound and lights out, and they just won. And they really, honestly, they, like I said, they needed that win. They needed that pick me upper. With all like that negative light that's going on with the team right now, it's like they needed something to just be like a woosah type of moment. So big ups to the Warriors for winning. I'm glad y'all won. Y'all really deserved it because it's just it's grind time right now. You know, like that's just what it is. And that's all I had for that game. Now we're switching it over to OKC and Denver. And guess who won, y'all? OKC beat Denver 118 to 117 with a clutch shot with the last seconds of the game by who? SGA, of course. And he was like, basically, when I was watching at the end of the game or whatever, he was like, he just basically took a shot that he know that he's comfortable with making in order to like get that win. And that's just what happened with him. And then he ended up finishing the game. He finished the game with 25 points, 6 rebounds, and then he had 8 assists. But like I tell y'all, I like him. Like, he's good. He's a consistent player. And I think they're going to do some big things in OKC. I really feel like I could see them in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And I just feel like they're all young. They're all hungry. And they just all won it. Like, for y'all to beat Denver, because I think they lost the last 2 times they played Denver. So it was like for y'all to beat them in the clutch seconds and just get that final shot. It just says a lot. It just shows like that ambition and that drive and like the whole team coming together, because it wasn't like he was the only person that did good. Like, they came together as a whole. Jalen Williams, he ended up finishing the game. He had 24 points last night. So big ups to you doing your thing. But I want to say the player of the game, even though I would give it to SGA for getting the clutch shot, but I want to say it's Holmgren, and I may be saying his name wrong, but I feel like that's how I say it. I feel like he was the player of the game. And the only reason I say this is because this man last night, y'all, he had 8 blocks. 8 blocks, playing against the defending champs, beating them like, we finna win. And that's just what they did. 8 blocks, 17 points, and he had 11 rebounds. So big ups to you with the big man just doing your thing and putting those stats up. And then he was like, what did he say? I think he was like, I would have had 10 blocks, if I'm not mistaken. He was like, if I didn't let Murray dunk on me. And I was like, okay, well, at least you know what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he dunked on him in the first quarter. But it's all good. But for you to get 8 blocks last night, like, it's just, to me, that's amazing. So big ups to the Thunder for beating the champs. That means y'all was playing defense, you know. And y'all made Denver work. Y'all made them work. It was not no, like, easy type of game. No, like, oh, this is not about to be a blowout. Like, no, y'all finna work tonight and we about to get the win. And that's just what happened. So now we're gonna flip it over to Denver, and we're gonna talk about Nikola Jokic, the Joker. We're gonna talk about his stats, and he didn't even get a triple-double. Like, he honestly, for this game, I would say these are low stats, even though they will be high stats for someone else. But for him, they're definitely low stats. He ended up finishing with 24 points. He had 6 rebounds, and then he had 12 assists last night. Like I said, for somebody else, another player would be like, dang, they did. Like, that's some big old stats. But like for him, that's just like average, because we done seen this man 40 points, 37 points, 15. You know, like, the list just goes on when it comes to Jokic. And for him to not like perform like that is like, ooh. Oh, that was a fridge. Kind of scared me. But it was like, for him to perform like that, I just feel like the Thunder was really playing defense, really stopping him. And man, that's really what I had to say. And then I also want to talk about Michael Porter Jr. He ended up finishing the game. He had 20 points and he had 11 rebounds. So they both finished with a double-double. So big ups to them. Just like I said, it just wasn't enough to get the win. And the Thunder made y'all work. And that's all I had to say. Like, big ups to the Thunder. Like I said, I do see them in the playoffs. I see some good teams in the playoffs, some new teams, some different teams that's going to be there this season. And I know it's still like early, it's only December, but I really do see like some good stuff happen. I'm ready like always, although that's like May, April, May or whatever. But I just feel like it's gonna be a really great season, really great matchups. And then even like with the trading that's gonna happen soon. It's just like it's so many good things in the NBA that's gonna happen. And I just love to see it. But y'all, that's all I had with my NBA talk. The Thunder winning, the Warriors needed that well deserved win. And then that's it. So tonight, because today's Sunday, who's plays tonight? I know the Suns play, but I don't think I'm gonna review them. But I'm gonna review Boston. They played earlier today and I watched them. So I'm gonna review them for tomorrow. They play Orlando. Who else do I want to talk about? I'm gonna find another team. I want to say the Rockets play the Bucks. I may talk about them. We'll see. I'm gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see tomorrow who I talk about. I wanted to talk about. Y'all know who I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about the 76ers in Charlotte, but it was such like a blowout game. It's like it ain't even worth talking about. Like 53-point type of blowout. So it's like, y'all, that just says a lot. And Joel Embiid, he didn't even play in the fourth quarter, and he still ended up finishing with over 40 points. So it's like, it ain't even no point to talk about. It ain't like, I just gave y'all a glimpse of the summary. So, but yeah, y'all, that's all I had. I am TB. I need y'all to be productive. Today is Sunday, so it's just like a cozy type of lounge type of day. Getting ready for the week. I need y'all to be productive, so we can have a awesome week ahead of us. Once again, I am TB. Why did I do that? I'm TB. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you all can be alerted when I post. Peace out. Bye.